Good afternoon and welcome to the very first Destiny 2 video by Magic Valley Studios. My name is Telric, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of speculation on what will be upcoming in Destiny 2. With the game having just been recently announced, a couple of teaser videos put out there, a lot of artwork and posters, the hype train has grown quite a bit. But there are a few things based on what we've seen in Destiny 1 and what we've seen come out from Bungie over the last couple weeks that we can put together pieces of what might be coming to the newest game in September. Now, the first area I want to cover is Cabal. For most of us who've been playing the game since the beginning, the arrival of the Cabal and a Cabal-themed raid is pretty much a given. It's something that we've been hoping for a while, having gone through 2 raids with the Hive, one with the Fallen, and one with the Vex. But the fact that we're having a Cabal-themed raid and story coming in Destiny 2 is not a surprise for those of us who've been playing the game for a while. And here's the points as to why. First off, the Outbound Signal story mission that was given to us in Taken King. And here's a clip of the beginning audio and the ending audio of that mission.
On my order, the Dead Orbit fleet is well clear of Saturn. We'll need them to defend the city, if it comes to that. They've picked up a high-gain signal from the Cabal beachhead on the Dreadnought. The message is outward bound. Its target is far outside the solar system. We have to know what they're saying and who they're saying it to.
Signal's down. It was encrypted, but some of the headers are legible. This was a detailed distress signal intended for the head of the Cabal Empire.
I'll pass the scan from your ghost to the Cryptarchy. I have a feeling we want to know as much about this signal as we can. In the meantime, that's a job well done. When you see Arak Jalal, tell him, thanks for the tip.
So with just that simple story mission, a lot of us who are following the lore for Destiny were very, very excited to think about the possibility of an empire out beyond our solar system coming to Earth, coming to Venus in our area, and to engage in them in a larger combat situation. And I really think this would have happened if Destiny 2 had been on track as it was originally projected for fall of 2016, not fall of 2017. I think what happened was we had a situation, Bungie, Activision, someone figured they weren't ready to release the game, and that's how we got Rise of Iron. Now, Rise of Iron is personally my favorite DLC, but it kind of makes sense. They were prepping us in Taken King to have a Cabal-themed story in Raid, but it didn't happen. And so now, a year later, we are finally getting that. There are 2 Grimoire cards that also point to this not being a huge surprise for the Cabal to show up in Destiny 2. The first one is Cabal Champions, and it reads like so. In this particular Grimoire card, we can see that someone is making a report to the Executor of New Monarchy. And his last line, which I highlighted, in short, I believe your supposition is correct, the Empire will have no choice but to respond, is very indicative of a setup for a Cabal-themed situation in Destiny 2. The second Grimoire card that kind of gives us an eyeball into the Cabal invading in Destiny 2 is Ghost Fragment Cabal 3. And in this Grimoire card, I'm just going to make a small highlight here that there is a reference to the Emperor of the Cabal Empire. It's a small thing, but it gives us kind of a little bit more insight into what we could be seeing with the Cabal. Is the antagonist for Destiny 2 the Emperor himself, or is he a very high-level individual directly under the Emperor? A little bit of speculation there. The second topic I want to discuss is the confirmed DLC for Destiny 2. Already an image has been released showing an Expansion 1 and an Expansion 2 with symbols for each one, and they're very familiar symbols. Expansion 1 is the Eye of Osiris, and the symbol for Expansion 2 is the symbol for Rasputin. Now, with Osiris, a lot of people have been complaining lately on Reddit, the forums, etc., that Trials is a big problem. Trials of Osiris needs to go away. There's a lot of people saying, oh, it won't come back. Frankly, my personal opinion, it's going to come back. Expansion 1, in my opinion, is going to be the Osiris DLC. We're going to see Trials return, and we will see extra storyline missions around Osiris himself. Now, digging a little bit into the Grimoire, we have seen where Osiris was fairly obsessed with the Vex, so there is a possibility that those story missions not only revolve around finding Osiris, talking to Osiris, but also some interaction with the Vex for Destiny 2, our first interaction with the Vex in Destiny 2. As for Expansion 2 revolving around Rasputin, your guess is as good as mine. There is a plethora of Grimoire involving Rasputin. There's a fair amount of story missions that revolve around Rasputin and interaction with the Hive, interaction with Rasputin and Siva, and frankly, Bungie could go any direction with this. It is not a surprise to me that Rasputin will be showing up in Destiny 2. In fact, I kind of anticipated it. But where it goes is anybody's guess. Bungie has shown in the past, though, that they like to toy around with AI interaction, especially if you go back to playing Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, even Halo Reach. There is a very large presence of the AI Cortana and her eventual rampancy. A similar situation could be occurring with Rasputin, where we're looking at him having gone rampant or going rampant. But, like I said, anybody's guess at this point. The third area I want to look at is kind of a prediction on my part and something I'm super, super excited about for Destiny 2, and that is locations beyond the Reef. Back in 2014, when Destiny first came out, most players who started to open up the game were very excited about this potential of exploring the entire solar system. And in all honesty, Destiny 1 only kind of half delivered on that promise. We went to Mars, Venus, Mercury, the Moon, parts of Earth, but there was always this hope of going past that. And yes, we got the Dreadnought, we got the Reef, but just the ability to explore the entire solar system, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, the entire spectrum of the entire area of our solar system, all the moons that orbit all these planets. It's just, there is a wide amount of canvas to paint a huge and enormous picture on. There are a few Grimoire cards that kind of back up this possibility of us finally getting this vision in Destiny 2. One of them is the Grimoire card Lady Aphrodite. A very old Grimoire card that's been around since the beginning of the game is the Grimoire card Jupiter. Grimoire card Jupiter actually also leads me to think of something else, and that is a piece of artwork that was released or leaked out, I don't remember which one, before Destiny came out, of Europa. And I'll show it right here. As you can see the piece of artwork, you have a very frozen world. All the installations are covered in snow and ice. But most importantly, you look in the background, you can see Jupiter on the horizon. One more Grimoire card that we just recently got with the Age of Triumph is the Ghost Fragment Eris Morn. And in this Ghost Fragment, she's having basically a hospital visit with a friend of hers. And this particular Awoken that's in the hospital has had some sort of encounter with the Vex. But that's not the point I want to take a look at or kind of really home in on here. The point I want to make is she makes a very distinct point of she's leaving the city, the tower, Earth, and she's going somewhere. Now where? I don't know. But if you tie this in with the Lady Aphrodite Grimoire card, it kind of leads me to think that there is some location out on the outer reaches of the solar system where there are other individuals, guardians, who knows? But it's areas we haven't been yet, and my prediction is we are finally going to get to see those locations in Destiny 2. We are finally going to get to see Europa, and Europa is my biggest hope right now. But I'm predicting that we will finally get to see these locations, and it's going to expand the depth of the Destiny universe, the grimoire, the lore, and the story that we're going to get. So this is my big hope and prediction is we're going to get these new locations. The last area of this video that I want to cover is a fairly crazy prediction of mine. And I'm going to predict what is going to be the fall 2018 DLC for Destiny 2. And that is a year and a half away. There are two Grimoire cards that kind of lead me in this direction. And the first one is the Grimoire card I just showed you, Ghost Fragment Eris Morn. In that fragment, she is still deeply troubled about the Hive. Even though we've killed Crota, even though we've killed Oryx, she is still worried about this vast and ancient enemy that is far beyond the reaches of the city. Now, the second Grimoire card that's leading me in the direction of this prediction I'm making is one that we find in the Books of Sorrow. It's number 46, the Gift Mast. And in the Gift Mast, we find Oryx has his all-powerful army, fleet, etc., but also his two sisters are still with him. But at this point in the Books of Sorrow, they leave. Savathun and Xivu Arath leave Oryx for different parts of the universe. Now, it's important to remember that Savathun and Xivu Arath have their own armies. For all of Destiny 1, we have been dealing with Crota's armies and the armies of Oryx. We've defeated them. We've defeated their armies. We've defeated these high fleets. But imagine two opponents as powerful as Oryx, Savathun and Xivu Arath. My prediction for fall 2018 is we are going to have a raid and another Hive-oriented DLC revolving around one of these sisters. My guess would be Savathun, personally. So that's my long-range prediction for Destiny 2, is we're going to see the Hive come back in a major, major way down the road. So, anyway, just to wrap up the video, these are my long-range predictions, thoughts, etc. for upcoming Destiny 2. I'm very hyped about it. I'm very excited to see what this game is going to have, and I'm really looking forward to jumping into it here in about 4 or 5 months and really getting to play this new experience. If you have any comments, questions, thoughts you'd like to add to this video, please don't hesitate to write them in the comments down below. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. My name is Telric from Magic Valley Studios, and I hope to see you again soon.